Hey guys, what is up? It is Cameron Talks Football, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best fantasy quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and tight ends. I'm going to be going over defenses and other stuff like that in another video, but I am going to be trying a thing where I do a video a day for a whole week, and if those total of those 7 videos get at least 100 views or more combined as the 7 videos, not just one video 100 views, but in total of those 7 views get 100 those 7 videos get 100 views. I will keep doing that for as long as I can until I run out of ideas for videos. But until then, I'm going to be trying to do that. So my top 5 running backs that you should start in fantasy is CMC, of course, because he's pretty good, and then Chris Carson, King Henry, Damien Harris, and then Najee Harris. The Seahawks, they're a pretty good team. Chris Carson, he's going to be a player that you're going to have to watch out for, just because they are playing like a mediocre team. They're not the best. I think they play the Vikings, I believe. I am checking that right now. But King Henry, of course. Oh, they play the Titans. The Titans don't really have that good of a run defense, or that much even of a pass defense. So once they do start respecting their pass game, they're gonna be able to run the ball pretty easily on the Titans. And then King Henry, of course, he is going to be going up against an easier front seven than the Cardinals did last week with Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, Zaven Collins, and all those other players that are pretty good. So now they're going against a pretty decently good Seahawks front seven. I understand they do have pretty good safeties with Jamal Adams. But other than that, I think both of those running backs will have a pretty good day. So if you do have any of those 2 running backs, make sure you do start them right there. And then we have Damien Harris and Najee Harris. The reason I have Damien Harris, I understand he did have a fumble that did cost the Patriots the Week 1 loss against Miami. But now he is going against the Jets. He did have 100 yards in that game, so he is 5th in the NFL in rushing yards. I think he is going to pick it up against the Jets just because I don't think the Jets are that good of a team. And then Najee Harris, I think Najee Harris is going to be a pretty good running back. And then running backs not to start. I'm not going to go too much into it. Mike Davis, they're playing the Buccaneers, really good run defense. Tevin Coleman playing the Patriots, pretty good run defense. And then the Bills, Devin Singletary. The Bills, the Dolphins have a really good run defense. In the red zone, they had the second most takeaways in the red zone. I think they had like 5 last season, which is pretty good. I think that was by like fumbles and all that. I think that's what the counter was. So those are my top 5 running backs to start and top 3 running backs not to start. My top 5 quarterbacks to start, though, is Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. The reason I have Kyler Murray so high is because I believe they are playing the Vikings. Yes, they are playing the Vikings. So if you do have Kyler Murray, make sure you do start him this week, just because they are playing a pretty easy team in the Vikings. And I think that he is going to play even better than Joe Burrow did, because they did play Joe Burrow last week, and now they're playing Kyler Murray, and he does have a little bit of elusiveness to himself. So I believe he is going to have... I think he can match that 5 touchdown total, or it's going to either be 4. I think it'll either be matched by 5, or it's going to be 4. It's one of those two. I don't see him having less than 3, just because the Vikings don't have that solid of a secondary. I understand they do have Patrick Peterson and all that, but I don't see it being that solid. And then Dak Prescott, they're a pretty good team. They're not playing too good of a team, but you never know with the NFL or the Cowboys, just because they're the Cowboys. No one ever really expects them to play insane, but they do always play good. They just always find a way to lose, just like the Chargers, who they are playing. This is going to be a good team. These are going to be 2 good fantasy quarterbacks to start, is Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. And then Russell Wilson, he is going against the Titans defense, so make sure you do start him right there. The Titans defense is pretty bad. If you saw what Kyler Murray was able to do, just imagine what Russell Wilson can do. I believe he can match that, or maybe even do better. You never know with Russell Wilson. He can have an insane game, or he can have a really bad game. And then, of course, Patrick Mahomes going against the Ravens. He's undefeated against the Ravens, so make sure you start him right there. He is going to play insane. And then Tom Brady against the Falcons. The Falcons let up like 36 points against the Eagles. Imagine what they can do with the Falcons playing. Oh, imagine what they could do when they play the Falcons instead of the Falcons playing the Eagles. I believe Tom Brady's going to have an insane game. Gronk in the red zone is probably going to get 2 touchdowns and probably 70 yards receiving. That's just a rough thing right there. But those are my top 5 quarterbacks to start. My top 5 quarterbacks not to start is Lamar Jackson, Ryan Tannehill, and Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson because he never plays good against the Chiefs. Ryan Tannehill because he didn't really have a solid game last week, so I want to see a solid game from him this week. And then Joe Burrow just because he is playing the Bears defense. I understand he did play pretty good last week, but he is playing the Bears defense, so if he does play good this week, then he will be probably my top 5 next week. And then my top 5 for receivers is Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, DK Metcalf, and Keenan Allen. The reason I have Devontae Adams so high, even though he did play like crap last week, is because he is playing the Lions, and the Lions are not that good of a team. But if the Lions somehow win this game, then I don't see the Packers doing too well this season just because they lost to the Lions. Like, who loses to the Lions? And then DeAndre Hopkins is going against the Titans secondary. Like, that's gonna be some easy. No, the Cardinals. The Cardinals are gonna be. They go against the Vikings. Sorry about that. I was thinking about last week, but yeah, they go against the Vikings, so it is gonna be a pretty good week right there for him. And then Stephon Diggs, he goes against the Dolphins. Pretty good secondary right there. But I believe they are going to either match him with. I think they're going to match him with Byron Jones. So if he can win that matchup right there, he is going to get a lot of fantasy points. But if he doesn't win that matchup, then he's just not going to get a lot. I think he needs to start off hot, and that's how Stephon Diggs plays great. And then DK Metcalf and Keenan Allen, not too much to talk about right there. DK Metcalf, they're playing a pretty bad team, and the Chargers are they're playing the Cowboys secondary. The Cowboys secondary isn't too great, and he's gonna have Justin Herbert throwing to him. And then receivers not to start is Debo Samuel, Jamar Chase, and Adam Thielen. Debo Samuel. I don't think he's going to do too much this week. I think it was either Brandon Ayuk or Debo Samuel. I can't quite remember who didn't play. I don't even think they got a single fantasy point last week. And then Jamar Chase, I understand he did play great last week, but I don't see that being 2 weeks in a row from a rookie receiver. I would need to see it consistent. And then Adam Thielen, I understand he did have a great week last week, but now I think it's going to be Justin Jefferson's turn to have a great week. I think it's going to be off and on with those two receivers. And then Kelsey, Kittle, Hawkinson, Gronk, and Hunter Henry for my top 5 tight ends. Kelsey because it's Kelsey. Not too much to talk about with the tight ends, but the tight ends I am going to be talking about mainly is going to be Gronk and Hunter Henry. Rob Gronkowski just because they are playing the Falcons defense, and the Falcons defense does let up a lot of points. So make sure you guys do start him right there, and then Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith. That's why I have Jonnu Smith at tight end 3 not to start because they can either change right there. So and then Robert Tunian and Kyle Pitts not to start. The reason I have Robert Tunian is because he didn't do that much last week against the teams that they play. Against the Saints. I don't know why I can't think of a team right now. And then Kyle Pitts against the Bucs defense. I don't see him doing too much either. So those are my receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, and tight ends to start and not to start. If you guys do like this video, make sure you guys do like and subscribe, and make sure you guys do comment down below because I am going to be trying the videos for a week straight, and if those 7 videos combined get at least 100 views, I will keep doing it. And until then, I'll see you later. Peace out.